Good day, guys. Question 40, UTME 2014. The loading of crude oil at the terminal is an activity in the loading of crude oil at the terminal is an activity in the option A, upstream and downstream sector of the oil industry. Option B, upstream sector of the oil industry. Option C, we have the midstream and upstream sector of the oil industry. Option D, we have the downstream sector of the oil industry. This question relates to petroleum and Nigeria economy. All right. If we talk about petroleum in Nigeria, an organization that ensures the supervision in the exploration and conversion of crude oil into other complements is the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, which is NNPC. And in the oil industry, we have two sectors. We have the upstream and the downstream sector. The upstream sector involves all activities that has to do with exploration, exploitation, fascination, terminating, and any activities that has to do with transportation of crude oil without refining. All right, that's what the upstream sector of the oil industry is all about. While the downstream sector of the oil industry involves the refining of the crude oil into other complements, which has to do with the transportation and refining of the crude oil into other complements. So activities that has to do with the transportation, exploitation of crude oil is upstream, while activities that have to do with refining and transportation of refined products has to do with the downstream sector. Let's look at the options again. Option A has to do with the upstream and downstream sector of the oil economy. We all know that the upstream sector involves the exploration and exploitation of crude oil, while the downstream involves the conversion or refining of crude oil. Option B says upstream sector of the oil industry only. Option C, midstream and upstream sector of the oil industry. There's something like midstream, but we have the upstream sector of the economy. Option D says the downstream sector of the oil industry. The downstream sector of the oil industry involves the refining of the crude oil into complements. So from these questions, I can extract two options that are totally wrong. And the two options that are totally wrong is option A and option C. Option A and option C are totally wrong because you cannot have loading of crude oil at the terminal to be both upstream and downstream sector activity, and there's nothing like midstream sector. So option A and C out. Then we have option B and D. So our option D is conflicting, is not the right option. The correct option is option B, which is the upstream sector of the oil industry. Thank you.